Vivo iQoo 7 5G review. Is this best gaming phone? If you're in a part of the world that has the iQoo 7 5G available, then it's a good option. The design is smart, camera quality is good, battery life goes on forever, and the price is fair. Vivo is one of those Chinese companies that quietly gets on with releasing a variety of mid-tier and premium smartphones around the world without ever really hitting the same kind of headlines as OnePlus, Oppo, or other similar brands. Now, the company has another offering for your consideration, the iQoo 7 5G, which joins the iQoo 7 legend. The question is whether this will be the one that makes you stand up and take notice. Vivo seems to have a lot of confidence in the iQoo 7, or at least a sense of fun when it comes to the packaging. The box, which features sporty angled yellow stripes across the carbon fiber style design, opens up to reveal a cardboard insert with Monster inside emblazoned across the top. To be fair, the solid ice blue livery that bedecks the rear of the handset isn't monstrous at all. In fact, it's somewhat fairy tale in the way it shimmers. It imparts the faintest impression of 3D, so maybe there is a monster lurking somewhere in the depths? If you prefer something less angelic, then there are black, storm black, I'm not sure of the difference, and monster orange. I sense some kind of theme here. The 163.3 by 76.4 by 8.4 mm dimensions show that it's a tall phone but not too fat around the waist, making it quite manageable in one hand. Of course, this is a modern smartphone, so it's essentially made out of soap. It's very slippery, but Vivo includes a clear silicone case in the box which provides a little more grip. Along the top edge, there's a groove that extends almost for the entirety of the surface, only punctuated by a small hole on the right end. This is for one of the two speakers in the iQoo 7, the other having a more traditional grille on the bottom edge. Down there is also home to the USB-C port, microphone, and dual SIM card tray. There's no listing of an IPX rating for the iQoo 7 5G, so assume that it shouldn't go near water or lots of dust. Not one for the beach then. The ample frame allows for a 6.62 inches AMOLED display, boasting a full HD+ 2400 by 1080 resolution and a refresh rate of 120 Hz. The latter makes scrolling smooth, aided by the 300 Hz touch sample rate and 1000 Hz instant touch sampling rate, so any gestures or taps are executed immediately, which is good news for those who like to game on their smartphones. The panel delivers rich colors and crisp text, making it a very pleasing place to spend time. Viewing angles are good, with the screen not losing any of its brightness or saturation, even when looking at it from almost 90 degrees. Although this behavior is admittedly a bit odd. Under the center of the lower area of the display is an embedded fingerprint sensor. Initially this seemed a little finicky, but after a small time of adjusting to where I should position my thumb, it soon became second nature to unlock the phone with a minimum of fuss. It's fast, reliable, and while I can't vouch for exactly how secure it is, not from suspicion, more that I don't have access to all the intricacies of the technology, it certainly proved easy to use. Vivo has fitted the iQoo 7 5G with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 875G processor, which is the same one found in devices like the Poco F3, Motorola G100 and ZTE Axon 35G. It's joined by the intelligent display chip, which handles the more enhanced frame rates for gaming along with HDR colors and contrasts for richer graphics. This places the Vivo in the upper mid-range bracket, which is often the place where you can find the best bang for your buck. In terms of performance, the iQoo 7 certainly won't leave you shortchanged. The processor handles all general tasks with barely a flicker. Apps open quickly, run smoothly, and everything works at pace. No doubt this is helped by the generous 12 GB of RAM on my test model. There are other variants that come with 8 GB, which can be extended by an additional 3 GB with the system offloading work to the onboard storage. This doesn't act as a bottleneck though, thanks to the fact that it's UFS 3.1 storage, rather than the cheaper and slower sort you may have previously found at this price point. I didn't need to worry about going short on space either, as the model I tested came with a generous 256 GB. Again, lower options are available, with the base model using 128GB instead. A triple camera array is found on the rear of the iQoo 7 5G, comprised of a 48 mpf/1.8 wide, 13 mpf/2.2 ultra-wide and 2 mpf/2.4 mono. The latter is used for depth and assisting the portrait modes, while the other two offer a nice combination of framing and options. Images captured on the main camera are generally very nice. Focus is quick and accurate, while the colors are maybe a little oversaturated at times, but that's not unusual with smartphone image processing, with maybe a tendency to overexpose, resulting in a loss of detail on highly contrasting scenes. That being said, I was impressed with many of the images I took with the iQoo 7 5G, including the samples below that covered general out and about shots, a few macros for good measure, night shots and switching between the x0.6, x1 and x2 focal lengths. As you may have surmised from the device's name, the iQoo 7 5G can indeed connect to 5G networks, as well as 4G and 3G, so coverage shouldn't be a problem, no matter where you are. It also has a bang-up-to-date antenna, meaning you'll also be able to make use of any Wi-Fi 6 networks you encounter. So, in terms of network speeds, the iQoo 7 5G has got you covered. Bluetooth 5.1 also means that connecting wireless headphones is a doddle, with stable performance for the hours that I listened to Spotify and Audible during the test period. As mentioned earlier, there's a fingerprint sensor under the display, and it performs very well. You can also use your face to unlock the phone, all of which happens at lightning speed. One curious thing though. While trying, on multiple occasions, to set up Google Pay with my regular bank card, I received the message, "Couldn't finish setup to pay in shops." This phone can't be used to pay in shops. This may be because it is rooted or altered in some way. Vivo boasts a full recharge from 0% to 100% in 30 minutes via its 66W fast charger. Well, that's simply not true. It takes 32 minutes. Yep, from flat to full in just over half an hour and reached 98% in our usual 30-minute test. That's pretty mad and more than twice the speed of the more expensive Pixel 6. Just in case you think this is due to the iQoo 7 5G having a tiny cell, well, that's not the case, as it comes with a 4,400 mAh battery. This is an efficient one too, as I regularly got well into a second day of use before needing to think about charging the phone once more. In short, battery life on this device is very good. You don't get vanilla Android on the iQoo 7 5G, as Vivo deploys its own FunTouch OS 11.1, which is based on Android 11. Initially, this means there is a lot of bloatware on the device, with a suite of Vivo apps which also include the company's own app store. Thankfully, some of this can be removed, but you will have to put up with several that refuse to go away. You'll also want to silence the notifications from those bloatware apps, and spend plenty of time agreeing to permissions. Vivo has launched the iQoo 7 5G in China and India, but there are no plans at the moment for the handset to go on general release in the US, UK or wider European market. That doesn't mean you can't get hold of it in those territories though, as there are plenty of import options that can deliver the handset. As usual, be sure to check any import duty or other costs before going down this route. At the time of writing, you could buy it from AliExpress £4.433.51/$562.99/Euro604, but a quick Google search will reveal other international retailers from which you can order the iQoo 7 5G.